Okay, we're gonna build a single glass 3 mil roof vent. So you wanna be careful when you're cutting these open. There's a package of fasteners. So this is our vent top hinge. So I like to have the curl facing away from me and the punches towards me. And this is our vent bottom. I have it facing like this, which is called a vent gutter. So we're gonna have 3/4 inch number 8 screws. That's gonna be for capping the glass and pinning down the sides, corners. I'll throw those in my pocket. Now I'm gonna thread my nuts and bolts together. So the nuts and bolts that you previously threaded, they were a 1/2 inch. This is a 3/8 bolt. It's a little smaller. You can't use the 1/2 inch on the vents, otherwise you're gonna have problems with it binding, but potentially not sealing as well as you would with the smaller bolt. So please use these ones. So you got 2 bars with the slider on it. You got your outer bar, and it just slides in like so. So what you have to do is put your nut and bolt in and just guide it in and bolt it up tight, making sure that it's tight to the bottom of your vent hinge. And then I just work my way down. So I'm gonna have one without a slider, that's our middle bar. And then our last one. So we got this part all done. So I get my nut and bolt, just guide them in on each corner here, and then my gutter goes on. Tighten your corners up. Okay, we have our frame put together. I'm just gonna sort of eyeball it square here for the second. Now with those screws that you got, the longer 3/4 inch screws, we're gonna put them through this hole and pin the top. Again, I don't like over tightening it. As soon as it hits the metal is when I stop. If you tighten it too much, sometimes this hinge will bind up and you'll get squeaks. Then on the bottom, on the vent gutter, we do the same. The only difference is I do this one tight. So the next step will be to foam your bars. Now we're gonna peel. Now we're ready for glass. So I go top in first, and I want to be right tight to the bottom gutter lip here. And this is where you can really start squaring it up. You can eyeball it, and you can pull it this way or that way. I'm looking really square here now. Everything looks pretty even. Now we lay out our 3 caps. So normally I would recommend using just a hand driver. You can use a drill, but you got to set your drill pretty low. I go between 3 to 5. Again, I recommend just using a hand driver for your first try. Okay, we're gonna keep screwing these in. Okay, now that we have our vent built, we have to seal it. And what we're gonna seal is this top lip right up here, right over top of our caps. If you see any gaps or holes in your seal, just put some more sealant in. And there you got it. A complete single vent.